Okay, here we are back with our sixth and last card, surprise card. And I actually did put this one, I think I put this on my blog. I don't really remember if I did or not, but for some reason I'm thinking I did. But anyway, you'll get the materials to make this card. It folds the long way this time. So you'll see that when you get your kit, the paper will be cut so that it folds the long way. Okay, this is 4 1/4 by, hold on, let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing. 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2. Scored and folded at 5 1/2. Okay. All right, so this is the card that we're going to be making, and we're going to be using this. It's called True Love paper, and it came out in the mini catalog, which is the same place that the Forever and Always stamp set and the other papers that we've been using came from. This one has 12 sheets, 2 of each design. Okay, so you got this one and this one. I love Stampin' Up! Papers because they always coordinate. Okay, so you get this one, and of course, see, this is the back of that one. And I love it when they do the black and white paper also because you can color it. You don't have to leave it black and white. You can make it any color you want. All right, so you got that one. I've already used some of this. So you got this. This is the one that we're using on the card, but we're not going to color it today. We're just going to leave it black and white. But this is what we're using on our card front. Okay, and then you've got this one, and this is the back of it. So like I said, you get 2 pieces of each one. Then we got this one with the little, like, looks like daisies on there, and the diagonal. So see how nice they coordinate? And you don't have to use it with the one that's on the back of it. You can use it with any one you want. And then I love this one because I can't wait to color some of these. I just love color. All right, so that's the back of that. And these are the pieces that we're going to use. So I'm going to get this out of the way. And again, that's in the mini catalog. 12 sheets, 6 designs, 2 of each. Okay, so all right. So this is the card that we're going to make, and like I told you before, you're going to have the card is going to be, and I don't know what they call these. I don't know if there's, but anyway, it opens from the top. It opens like this. Okay, it's 4 1/4 and 11 1/2. Scored in the middle at 5 1/2. Did I get that right? No, it's 4 1/4 by 11. 4 1/4 by 11, because the sheets of paper are 8 1/2 by 11. So you're just cutting a sheet of paper just in half this way. Instead of like we normally cut it this way, you just cut it down the long ways here. So 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, right in the middle. Okay, so you're going to do that first. Then we're going to take, you've got another basic black cardstock panel. And this one is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, and then you've got the piece that's layered on the front of your card here, and this one is 3 3/4 by 5, and so that fits right on top of there. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and you could color some of these, you know, feel free. It doesn't matter. But what I did is I just stamped one of the large flowers for the outside, and then on the inside I just glued another piece of the paper down here. This is about 1 inch by 4 1/4. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you know, put something else in here, you can stamp something, you can write something, you know, whatever you want to do. But I just wanted to put love on there this time. Okay, and this is the Magenta Madness, and it's one of the new colors this year. So I'm using the dark and light Magenta Madness blends. And again, I'm going to use the Daffodil Light in the middle. And on this time I have actually stamped the love in black ink. Okay. All right, so we're also going to be using, let me get over here and get this. This is the rectangle stitch framelits. And there's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, looks like about 12 different dies in here. And again, you know, the measurements are so that you can do one and then you can do the border on the outside of it. Okay, I did not use 2 on this card because it already had enough black. I didn't want to put any more black on there, so I just left this white. But I love the way it does the stitching around the die cut. And that's, all of them do that. All the dies do that. So you can see it there. Okay. All right, so, like I said, we're going to glue this together. Okay, I'm putting it together. I'm making sure that it's going to fit before I put any glue on it. Okay, I see it's got the borders, everything's lined up. I'm going to glue it together. I'm going to look to see where my ribbon is. Okay, as you can see, it's around the black here. Okay, so before I lay this down on the card, I want to make sure that I get my ribbon and put it on there. So let me glue this on real quick here. Okay, again, you could use dimensionals, or you could use seal, stamp and seal. Get out of there. I like to use the Tombow. You know, when you do use the Tombow, you need to, when you close it, before you put the cap on it, after you put the glue on, you want to tap it like this. That gets the ink down to where you want it on the bottom. And then you want to put the top on, and you want to store it upside down like that. That keeps the glue at the bottom, and you don't have to keep slamming it on the table to get it down there. All right, so I'm going ahead and I'm going to go put this on so that there's an equal border. Okay, that looks pretty good. Take my bone folder. I'm going to make sure it's down nice and snug. Okay. Again, I'm going to take it. I'm going to make sure that it fits on my card front so that I have a nice border around it. Don't need to cut anything. Okay. And then I'm going to look. I see where my ribbon is. Put my ribbon in before I glue it. Okay. So I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead like I did before. I'm going to cut it so that there's about, oh, I got glue all over my fingers. I'm going to cut it so that there's about 1/2 inch on each side. Okay. I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to take my snail. All right, I want it about 1 inch from the bottom. Okay, this paper, you can't really tell on this piece. Some of the pieces, if you cut it up, some of the pieces you'll be able to tell like which way it goes. This one here, it doesn't really matter because the flowers are going both ways. But since there is, I see a stem here and the flowers going up that way, I'm going to go ahead, and there's another flower with the stem going this way. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this on this side. And I want to take, again, I want to go about 1 inch up. I'm going to put my snail on there. Oh, didn't get very good there. Okay. And then I'm going to put it over here, the same. I'm going to put my ribbon up here on the front where I want it. Alright, let's see, make sure I got it in the right place there. Alright, and then I'm going to just turn it over there. Make sure it's in the snail, or seal. The last one we had was snail. This one's stamp and seal. Alright, so I want to make sure I got it pretty even. I do. And I want to fold this and press it down into the seal as well. Okay, now make sure, yeah, that looks good. Okay, now I know I have my ribbon on here. I can go ahead and just glue it onto my card front. Make sure it's opening up in the right direction. Put it on backwards and upside down a lot of times. All right, I'm going to use just my liquid glue again. Again, you just want to go like 1/4 inch in from the sides, all 4 sides. Oops, it's coming out down there. Must be getting empty. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit over the ribbon there, and I'm just going to go ahead and put an X there this time because I know you can't see through that because it's got a mat there. And I'm going to take it here. I'm going to make sure, let's get up there. Make sure, like I said, it opens the right way. Okay, I've got it down here. I'm going to lay it down before I push it down to make sure that I have equal edges, equal distance. Yeah, you want it to look good. Now, sometimes what you have to do, if you get it on here and you don't get it straight, like you might have it way over closer to this edge, all you need to do is just trim off this edge a little bit to make it even. Of course, it's better if you don't have to do that, but if you do, then you can just cut it off and make it even. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to open this up here, and I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to burnish it down really good. Corners, sides, bottom. Okay, now what if you make a mistake? What if you get your paper on and it is upside down? What are you going to do to fix it? Well, let me tell you, if you go ahead and you try to take it off, you're probably going to end up ripping your paper because this glue, like I said, holds really well. So what you can do, if you do make a mistake and you get it on there and say it's not in the right direction, open it up to the back, take your heat tool, go ahead and let it heat up for a little bit, and then just kind of move it along on the back. Just move it back and forth about, maybe about a third of the card at first. Just do that. Okay, then shut it, and then you can gently peel up. This will melt the glue. The heat tool will melt the glue so that you can gently pull up on it. And then you just have to, you can put this under the layer and just keep moving it back and forth and keep pulling it up to melt the glue. Or you can do it the same way. You can open this back up and do a little bit more and then pull it back up. And that way you can take it off without tearing your paper up and having to throw the whole thing away. Okay? So that's one tip for you today. Okay? Ask me how I know that too. I can't tell you how many I put on backwards and upside down. All right. Okay, so we got that done. Okay. And next we're going to take, and I went ahead already and I stamped the love. Now, I used my Stamparatus again because a lot of times when you have these thick layers like that, letters like this, it's the same as when you have a solid stamp like we talked about. When you stamp the flower, a lot of times where it's solid in here, it won't make a good impression. And that's why you use your stamping pad underneath of it. Well, you can also use your Stamparatus. And just like before when we were stamping and we didn't get enough ink on it, you can put more ink and stamp it again, put more ink until you get it dark enough that you want it. I want it to be really dark, like the sides of the paper here. So I think I did this 3 times to get it that dark and that solid. Okay, so if you're doing it with the stamp on the block, you're probably not going to get it in the same space. So that's why, if you've got a Stamparatus or another stamping tool, so that you can go back and forth and put more ink on it, then, they're great. In fact, I bet I use my Stamparatus for almost every card now, whatever I'm stamping. Just because if I make a mistake, I can go back and put more ink on it. It's so much easier than getting a block out every time, for your stamps. Okay, so I went ahead and cut this out, and I'm going to put the Stampin' Dimensionals on here. Now there is a right way and a wrong way to the paper. You can see where it's got the stitching lines like it would go down in a fabric, and then on the back you can see where if you turn the fabric over, it's got the lines are like poking up a little bit. So, oh, almost put it on the wrong side. So you want to make sure you got your paper in the right direction. Okay, put some of these on here. Okay, again, I'm going to put them in just a little bit from the edge here because I want to make sure that my middle doesn't bend down on my card. I want it to be on there good, and I want it to be no sagging allowed. Okay, get that out of the way here. And I'm just going to line this up, just like here. I've got it just a little bit higher than the middle of the card. Okay, so make sure that I have equal distance. I better stand up to do this because if I don't, I'm going to mess it up. All right, now I'm going to put it right about there. And I got it equal on the sides. Okay, and then I put it up high enough, I hope. All right, I've already colored my flower, and I'm going to put it right there. So I need to move this down just a little bit because I don't want my flower to go over the top. So I'm just going to leave my flower right here so I'll know about where I need to put it. So I'm going to put it about right there. Okay. There. Didn't get it over quite enough. Like I said, if you don't smash it down, you can still pick it up. If you smash it down, you're not going to be able to do that. So I want to make sure I got an equal distance there. Okay, now I'm going to open it back up and take my bone folder again, and I'm going to press it down really well. That makes the dimensionals stick really well. Okay, I've already colored my flower. Now, on this flower here, I used the light and dark Magenta Madness, and then I've used the Daffodil Delight for the center. On this one, I decided to see what it would look like if I put a little Calypso Coral in there. So that's what I did on this one. I don't know if I really like it. I think I like this one better, but I'm going to go ahead and use it anyway. So I used 3 colors on this one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. And again, like we did on the other card, because this has dimensionals under it, you're going to be gluing it on here, so you want to put dimensionals under this side so that it's smooth and it doesn't sag down and look uneven. All right, so we're going to put the dimensionals again under these 2 petals right up here. Okay. Even though I'm not putting flowers under the leaves, the petals this time, I want to go ahead and, you know, just put there. And then I'm going to take the glue again because I know this is going to be, I want it to be, you know, on here so it doesn't fall off. So I want glue to go on this side so it's glued onto that. Okay, so you can either put the glue like this, or you can even, you know, just take the glue, put it right there. As long as you know where it's going, then you can put it right there. Okay, take the protective covering off here. And I'm going to go ahead and lay it in the glue and put it right where I want it so that it's not hanging off the card. Okay, press it down. Good, and then I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to open it up, take my bone folder, oops, got the ribbon, and make sure it's down good. Okay, now all I need to do is tie my bow. Get my trusty comb out here again. Okay, leave a little bit of tail there. I'm going to go over the same way. I'm going to go over at 8. All right, I've already marked it, so I know it's right there. I'm going to go back around on the other side again. So you want to go over, then under, and back up here. Remember, you don't ever want to use this one because this is just the one you hold on to. So you don't even count that one. It's just a handle. All right, so I used 8, so I need to go down in the middle of 8, which is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, B comes before T. So you go bottom, and then you go top. So down on the bottom, up on the top. Pull it snug. Okay, lay your comb down and kind of hold it with these fingers. Hold it down, kind of with the edge of your hand on this side, because you remember you want to keep it taut. You want this ribbon to be taut, and then tie it. Pull it, you know, as tight as you can, pretty tight. Slide it off. And again, you got your bow. Okay, so I'm going to get a glue dot again. I'm going to pull these little things down a little bit here. I'm going to put my glue dot on, and I want it to go kind of in the middle again. I'm going to see there. Measure it about right there. Okay. Now, my ribbon is the same size as this, so I don't have to, you know, really squish it in so that it won't show. But see, the ribbon's still slack, so I want to make sure that it's, you know, stays flat on the card. So I'm going to go ahead and get another dimensional, glue dot, and I'm just going to put it under there again and press it down. Okay, now this ribbon will stay right where it's put. All right, then I'm going to trim the sides, get up there. About that much. Okay, I want them to be kind of even, so I'm going to bring this down here, and I want that one to go about right there. I got this one a little bit shorter, I think, so let me trim this a bit here. I don't like the ribbons to be uneven. All right, there we go. Okay, better. Okay, see, almost a perfect bow every time. Okay, so again, for the inside, what we're going to do is you're just going to take this strip that's already been cut. It's about 1 inch by 4 1/4, because that's how wide the card base is. So I'm just going to open this up, put a little bit of glue on there. And you could use either side, either one, you know, either one you want. Just put a little glue here. I think I might have cut these a little bit bigger too, so that we can make sure that you got enough to go all the way across. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I want it down to the edge. You can leave a little border on the bottom. You don't have to put it right at the edge. It's entirely up to you. Okay, put it down. Take my bone folder. Get the corners real good. The ends and the sides, all of it real good so it sticks down. Yeah. Okay, so you can just have love on the outside. You could put always on the inside. You could put love you with my whole heart. You could put love you so very much. Love you more. It doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day. Like I said, this is just, you can show love to somebody. I'm going to be sending a lot of cards using this set, I know, with my 3 girls, because I love telling them that I love them and appreciate them. I want them to always know that. So I love sending cards to them, and they love getting them. So they save every one. Okay, so there you go. Another fast, easy card. When you're using designer paper, you know, it does most of the work for you. So sometimes I like really using, I don't have that down good, because I had used a label that somebody had sent me, and I didn't know it. I thought it was one of my die cuts, and I went ahead and stamped on it. It wasn't, so I just have this laying under here because I didn't want to pull it off and tear my paper. So I'm just using this one from, like I said, the rectangle stitched framelits dies. Okay. Okay, so there you go. Like I said, you can color this paper. You can leave it black and white. It's entirely up to you. All right, 6 cards in about, I would say 4.5 hours. That's not too bad, I don't think. And I stopped in between and took, you know, a break, so that's pretty good. 6 cards in one day. All right, I hope you really enjoyed these cards. I haven't really decided what stamp set I'm going to use for this coming months, but I will be sending everyone an email, and if you enjoyed it, I hope you leave me a comment, and I hope you sign up again. Okay, I really love doing this. I really wish I was teaching classes face-to-face again. I really do, but unfortunately, For now, we got to do what we got to do. Okay? I hope everybody stays happy, safe, and healthy, and have a great rest of your month. Thank you. Bye-bye.